A very good Sunday afternoon, my people. Today is a gorgeous day. So after the teaching, please do go out and take a long walk. I was just outside. It was just beautiful. And then even the mosquitoes wasn't that bad. So let's start with our part one, our deep breathing. And this is a longevity deep breathing based on Taoist teaching. Bend your legs a little bit. Put your hands up. And you need to make a circle, right? Think about you're hugging a tree. Close your eyes. We'll breathe in with our nose, out mouth. In and out as deeply as we can. We'll do 10 times together. Now we'll do our part two, our 10 energy movements. This is really one of the best way to reduce inflammation, stagnation, and also reduce toxins, and also strengthen our immune system and strengthen our gut.
Dr. Liu, we're not able to see you.
Are you able to see me now?
We can hear you. It looks like you're in the process of getting loaded, but we can't quite see you. There we go.
Okay, in the process of getting loaded. That's a good one, Sarah. All right, now I'm all uploaded. We'll start our first movement. This is we're strengthening our fascia system, our lymph. That's our triple burner. And also we're creating a energy circle for ourselves. our lungs, colon, also our immune system. Our immune system, that's the army of our system, right? Look at this movement. You can see the fighting spirit in it. The next movement is to balance our gut system. Make sure one hand touches the sky, the other one earth. Interchange time zone. This movement mentally, we need to surrender. This balance our 7 basic emotions. Help with neck inflammation, intestinal inflammation and stagnation, and also upper spine inflammation. And neck is one of our very vulnerable part of our system, our body. Doing that, you will strengthen your neck. And also Da Zhui, last time we talked about the point Da Zhui there, that is also very important points for us that can help to strengthen our heart system and the kidney system. And we are balancing our heart health, our small intestines. If people have anxiety, heart palpitation, bloating and fullness, gas, and this is a good movement for it. your spine health, strengthen your tendon system. Your kidney health. And longevity is one of the very important factors. Stability and also flexibility. So this will help to create both. Next movements for liver system. And this movement, if you have kidney stone, prostate inflammation, fibroids, UTI, pelvic floor inflammation, and this will help. Okay, and next movement. And this, the next two, longevity movements. Practice, really build up our fascia and create that flexibility. Help to move the lymph. And then the last one, your forehead on the ground, slowly. And this strengthens all the meridian lines. Strengthen it out. Make sure you have water. So can anybody hear me okay?
You're great, Dr. Liu. We can see you and hear you.
All right, excellent. So make sure we have our water always with us. So today, I thought we've been doing teaching for a while, and with traditional Chinese medicine, really is so massive. So we'll just keep going forever, I guess. So, but today I would like just to take a little break. Before we move to the next topic, some of our people ask me, so we agree with you, Dr. Long, we do think we're a part of nature, but how do we behave, outside now? It's our earth, it's a little unstable. So how do we behave during this time? So I thought, that's a great question. Let's talk about throughout history, my friends, my people, you're not the first group ever asked this. Even 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 years ago, people been asking. They felt outside it was a little unstable. Either there were they went through pandemics, war times, famine, and is that possible to keep a small, safe environment for ourselves? That's the concept of 小周天. It's a circle of balance, health, well-being, a small circle to protect ourselves while outside is a little unstable. So, as we all know, we are a part of nature. Nature has 5 basic elements, right? Mu, wood, 火, fire, 土, earth, 金, metal, 水, water. So, and then also 2 types of energy, the energy of yin and energy of yang. Yin energy is more a quiet energy. Think about the moon. Yang energy is the energy of the sun. So while studying traditional Chinese medicine, we need to take a concept of right or wrong outside your mind. A lot of people feel, oh wow, yang energy is a good energy. Yin energy is a bad energy. No, that is an incorrect understanding. The 2 types of energy, they intertwine. Yin become yang. Yin is the mother of yang. Yang, it becomes yin. One is extreme yin that changed to yang. One is extreme yang that changed to yin. So these 2 types of energies, they intertwine, they interchangeable, and they create this energy flow. So remember, there's balance and imbalance. There's really no right or wrong or good and evil. And let's take those concepts, put them away for now, and just see how do we. So then our job is to look at the nature to say, wow, we have 4 seasons, and we have doing the observation every 5 days that seems to have a small turn, and every 5 times 3, every 15 days, and there's bigger term, and there's 24 jiqi is those energy vector, energy changing point that we will slowly go through that, and that together combine into 4 seasons, and each season we have our organ systems more pronounced to be the bigger manager, and then every day, 24 hours, we have 12 managers. So, and then the other thing that in traditional Chinese medicine, people always like to describe that our body has mountains and rivers and this. So that's why if you have stagnation, then you're in trouble because the energy gets stuck, right? If you have inflammation, then you're in trouble again because then your body is unable to have the blood flow for you. If you have too much toxins, then you're in trouble because then the body fluid cannot move smoothly. So if we look at outside, we say, okay, what do you think our earth is doing, our nature, our mother nature is doing? We say it is not very stable. It is imbalanced. It's not in great balance. And of course, humans should take full responsibility of how we have, because of the imbalances in our systems, we have let the destructive energy to really cause all kinds of troubles and imbalances in nature. And now when the nature is not well, then in turn, it is hard for us to be well. So, but can we go through these difficult times with blessing? That means guidance, right? We can. Can we try to keep ourselves, the little self, right, the individual self, and then our small community as well as we can? The answer is we will give our best shot. But throughout history, reading the literatures, each time when people went through those difficult times, that yes, there will be casualties. There was always casualties, but people who follow certain tradition, who went through that and turned out to be fine. So that's been said is that we say, how do we create a 小周天, this our balance? So we have been doing that actually. We go back to basic concepts. The basic concepts is really, we ask ourselves, how do we clean our body so we will have less toxins? How do we lower our overall inflammation? How do we lower our overall stagnation? What can we do to build a better gut health system? And therefore, altogether, we create a better immune system. So these are the things we've been asking ourselves throughout history. And these are the things that people together has created programs. Right now, if you go to our clinic, and you will see we have programs that created that help you just with that. So for instance, the past 16 months, and then we will create a different or a reality that we see from this angle. It's very different from the reality that most people will see and will experience. For instance, the past 16 months. So in our clinic, when you walk in, right, do you remember those times that people say, Dr. Lu, what is it that you are brewing here? It smells awful. And I said, well, that's my herbs, right? Why are we brewing herbs? We're brewing herbs because we want to really clean up the air. If we clean up the air a little bit, and then what comes in your mouth, in your nostrils, that we will have less chance to be exposed. So now today's science, what some of the scientists are saying, what are they creating? They are creating a COVID spray, right? They're spray their nose and their spray. So, but it is the same. The idea is the same. We're just doing it differently. So, but did we have good results? Remember those, some of you said, oh, your herbs are disgusting taste. I don't know, that's your last concern. So I am strengthening system by system for you, a part of the system each time. And I want all of you to pat your shoulders and says, well, you drank through those disgusting herbs with you, and finally we landed to something tastes much better. That is our immune booster, right? That is our reduce our stagnation. That's the wellness herbal broth. So we did that. The reason we did that is to help people to create a small, safe environment for themselves. So how can you do that yourselves at home, right? It's very simple. Many of you have been doing that. Right? Focus on your diet, focus on your sleep, focus on make sure we have health energy, we have health movements, and make sure we have a better lifestyle. So by doing that, you are creating this small, and then we will continue to give you guidance, because a lot of times, and you're unable to balance your body. So what we do, you come to clinic and we say, oh, you know, today I'm cleaning up your lymph. Today, I'm cleaning up your liver energy stagnation. So by doing that step by step together, the last 16 months, we have created this healthy, small, safe environment for ourselves. So we don't have one severe cases since the day one of pandemic until now. So now we learn much more compared to before, but this is just a precursor of our, future mankind troubles. But what won't change is our core. The core practice will not change. Then we say that is the stability. Once you have that, you will see the sun and the moon comes and goes. Then we shall remain committed and will guide you through step by step. So that's been said, is that are we able to create this small, healthy ourselves and community together through these difficult times? I do think so. It won't be easy, right? Because that requires a lot of discipline, which some of you are still building that up. But it is crucial for us to continue to take our daily herbs, continue to do the energy movements, continue to have a healthy diet, continue to have 8 hours good sleep, continue to drink plenty of water, continue to do our meridian tapping, continue to just to take our good care of ourselves. And that is really how to, there's no, many of you says, well, give me that secret. There's nothing, there's no secret. It's just the daily, very disciplined practice. And you do it little by little, you do it every day. So I will leave plenty of rooms for you to ask specific questions today.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. Dr. Liu, can you tell us a little bit about this? I don't know what the word, I'm struggling with the word. I want to say structure that nature has in terms of the 5 days, the 15 days, the 24. What is the overarching purpose or principle behind that?
It's just the observation of we call 节气, right? Every 5 days, nature seems to have a turn of energy from one little thing to the next one. It's just a beginning and a small reincarnation every 5 days. Nature seems to have that. So the observation we make is just based on, this is 5, then 5 is a number of a small reincarnation, right? And then 15 days, nature has a bigger change. So that is based on that. And then people make observations, and then they begin to, when they plant and they go out and then they plant, and when they water, when they do harvesting, and then that is based on that schedule as well. Because anything you can put in the soil and will grow, that's considered the energy of wood, that in our system, that's our liver system. So anything we can harvest, right? And we call that the energy of metal, right? That is the fall system. So that's just you flow with it. You just flow with nature. There's really, I think the old times that people farm based on this kind of nature schedule, so they know, okay, so today the insects are waken, and today the first rain should come. So they based their planting and harvesting based on that.
Dr. Liu, is that according to the lunar calendar?
Yes, it is.
So I'm thinking about nature constantly changing and flowing around us, like you're saying. And then I'm thinking about sometimes the nature of mankind to be a little bit more fixed. So how do we let go of that fixed nature to enable like the fluidity to be with the nature around us?
So give me an example.
So, I think, for example, people sometimes resist change, or sometimes we hold on to, maybe trauma or stress that we're in, and we're very much in that space. But yet, as you're saying, the energy around us is moving. There's a flow, there's a dynamic shift happening around us. So how do we get out of our sort of fixed mindset and bodies to see the bigger or broader picture that is happening around us?
So you see, we're now talking about the imbalances occurred in our system. So when you says people cannot let go, they hold on to things, that is a spleen deficiency. So I would suggest that people will need to work on their spleen health. So then that will have a better distribution of the energy. And then they couldn't let go. And that sounds to me that is a liver energy stagnation. So again, that nature flow without us, that like it or not, nature move on. But now we see more and more, nature is not able to do what it's supposed to do. The fire, the wildfire, that is a element of fire is out of control, right? The element of water, you see a lot of places that it looks like in the US, a lot of places have wildfire, and in China, a lot of places are underwater. So that's the heart energy, right? The fire. And the water energy, that's the kidney. That is the division. So when nature has such a division itself, so what should we do? We should do a lot of extra help to protect the heart energy, strengthen the spleen, and boost our kidney system. So that is something that, especially this summer, you see, because if nature has too much fire energy in people, you will see a lot of people, their heart is no longer able to host their mind. They will feel extremely overwhelmed. They will have a lot of depression and fear. their body will be so seized, and they are not able to make any kind of logical or sound decisions. So if you see that this summer in people, you know why. It's the heart, it's the fire energy, it's the element of fire is out of control. So what can you do? You knowing that's you have one half of the battle, knowing, oh, I better do the things that Dr. Lu says, how to protect my heart energy, how to boost the kidney energy. So then I won't be like showing symptoms like that. So just a little warning for this summer.
So Dr. Lu, I think I'm understanding you to say that because we are understanding that nature is flowing around us, that when we see ourselves getting a little bit fixed or maybe really focused on something, whether it's emotionally being upset or being, having a physical limitation, to encourage that flow through treatment, through self-massage, through just the awareness that because nature is flowing, we will likely be in a different space in 3, 4, 5 days, and to just focus on the fact that whatever space we're in now will likely flow and cycle through, and we come out different in 5 days.
Yep. You just remember that movement. You just have to surrender. A lot of times we think it's the end of everything, but it's not. We just need to surrender and let go, and then move, flow with nature, flow with it. But at the same time, watch it. If nature is showing the sign of imbalance, oh, we better protect ourselves and do more of the things we need to do so we can create a more balanced space and environment for ourselves.
Dr. Lu, that's so liberating, just letting it flow. Very nice. I want to talk to you a little bit about fasting and a little bit, we actually have a question from a participant about fasting. And I know that we have an herbal fast that we have put together at the clinic. Could you talk a little bit about how our herbal fast differs and how it should be much more of a guided fast rather than just anything goes?
That herbal fast is based on a monastery fast. It's two purposes, well, three purposes, that when we do a fasting, first to cleanse our soul, our spirit, by cleanse our system. So the herbs we give you is you cleanse different system, right? And then together, and you will cleanse your spirit, cleanse your soul, and also that will reactivate your immune system. So that's why it has to be 48 hours. That has to bring through the herbs so we can balance and cleanse each of the system. That's how that is designed.
How frequently do you recommend applying a fast?
I would say that if you are if your energy is okay, if you are extremely weak, I wouldn't recommend any kind of fasting, right? But if you feel, I can mentally in a good place to, because that really needs some discipline to go through that 48 hours, right? Every season you will do a seasonal cleanse.
Dr. Lu, I want to go back to the point of creating these communities. What advice do you have for clients who might not have support at home from either partners or family about, eating a certain way or implementing some of the recommendations that you have?
I would encourage all of you to really know we are at where that is really, I wouldn't say it's optional anymore. I think that the more we do the things throughout history, people have really survived through difficult times and really even thrive, during these difficult times. And those are the recommendations they give us. we shouldn't be so arrogant of saying, hey, look, I can do whatever and still can stay being untouched. So if your partners and your friends or not supporting you, and you should try to create this little well place for yourself and do as much as you can, so we can really influence others instead of giving in. So and at the same time, need not to be perfect, right? You say, oh well, this is the list, it's really I can't do all of it. Is that okay? It is okay. If you do some, it's still better than not doing it. But knowing it is important. So don't give in to others and don't give up on yourself. That is important.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. I'm thinking about the idea of this community, but sort of just from the energetic perspective of like healing that might come from this community. Could we say that? Could we say that this also provides a level of protection and healing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We do have people who, our people, and they have changed. And then they see without their family were unwilling to change with them, and yet they are changing and they are amazed by it because their spirit and energy are touched by and intertwined with the energy that you create. You are stronger and you are healthier, so you're the one really provide a guiding energy for others. Instead of being the follower, you become the leader, which that comes with privilege, comes with responsibility, my dear.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu. Sometimes people ask me sometimes what I love about my job. And I have to say what you just mentioned is something I always share with them, is to see people really just come into who they are, really getting closer to their self. That is all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much.
Until next time, my people.
Thank you. It's so useful. Thank you.
Grateful. Another great Sunday. Blessings on y'all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Liu. Thank you, Sarah. Have a great
you.
week.
Thank you, Dr. Liu.
Many thanks.
Yes, that was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.